No, this is about more than money. Edwin Armstrong invented the FM radio. Somehow RCA ended up with a patent. He jumped out a 13-story window. This was a good man. He was an inventor.
According to the World Intellectual Property Organization, or WIPO, intellectual property refers to the creation of the mind, such as inventions, literary and artistic works, design and symbols, names and images used in commerce. Intellectual property is protected by law patents, copyrights, and trademarks, which enable people to earn recognition or financial benefit from what they invent or create. In an article written by Abu Najafir, the concept of intellectual property has been around since the development of civilization. Many sources pin the origins of intellectual property rights the year 1421, when the world's first modern patent was awarded to an Italian inventor. However, the history of intellectual property law can be traced back to as early as 600 BCE. As told by former Lord Justice of Appeal Robin Jacob, this came from Sybaris in ancient Greece, wherein it supposedly granted a year-long exclusivity for bakers to create their culinary invention. Theoretically speaking, the rise of intellectual property was originated from the rising of the bread.
In the Philippines, Republic Act 8293, otherwise known as the Intellectual Property Code of the Philippines, was signed into the law 23 years ago, on June 6, 1997. It became effective on January 1, 1998. However, the intellectual property system in the Philippines has existed even before the country declared its independence. The act aimed to protect and secure the exclusive rights of scientists, inventors, artists, and other gifted citizens to their intellectual property and creations, particularly when it is beneficial to the people, for such that periods that is provided in the act. It is the most comprehensive law for the protection of the intellectual property of its citizens, for it contains patenting and copyright.
On February 10, 2004, Public Act 9239, or the Optical Media Act of 2003, was signed into law by then President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. The Optical Media Act of 2003 ensures the promotion and protection of intellectual property rights in the Philippines and the economic zones defined in the Act. If one were to violate the Act, the penalties depend on the weight and frequency of the violation. For example, if violator knowingly possesses the item of the same content or title produced in violation of this Act and used for the purpose of sale, rental, distribution, or any other commercial purpose with the intent to profit, the penalty is imposed imprisonment of at least 30 days but not more than 90 days, or a fine of not less than 25,000 pesos but not exceeding 50,000 pesos at the discretion of the court.
As stated in the law, in determining the number of years of imprisonment or amount of fine to be imposed, the court shall consider the size of the operations of the offender, the value of the articles involved in the violation, and the period of violation. In imposing administrative penalties, the OMB shall likewise consider the said circumstances. If the offender is an alien, the person shall immediately be deported after serving his sentence, and shall, thereafter, he refuse entry into the country. If the offender is a government official or employee, he shall suffer perpetual disqualification from public office and forfeiture of his right to vote and participate in any public election for 10 years. Should the offense be committed by a juridical person, the stockholder, chairperson, president, officer, director, trustee, partner, or manager responsible for such violation shall be liable.
To end the short video, we leave you with a pronounced statement from the World Intellectual Property Organization. As written in their booklet, the progress and well-being of humanity depend on our capacity to come up with new ideas and creations. Technological progress requires the development and application of new inventions, while a vibrant culture will constantly seek new ways to express itself. Intellectual property rights are also vital. Inventors, artists, scientists, and businesses put a lot of time, money, energy, and thought into developing their innovations and creations. To encourage them to do that, they need the chance to make a fair return on their investment. That means giving them rights to protect their intellectual property.
And now, with all these great, impressive lawyers over here, they're trying to tell you that my patents were expired, that the patent office made a mistake not one time, not 2 times, but 5 times when they issued me my patents. And now they're trying to make you believe that they're worthless, that they're nothing, that my life's work is nothing. They want you to believe that because that is what they believe.